Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Subban, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. Where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. We give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. Today we have some great news for y'all. Fantastic news. But before we get into it, make sure you guys like the video and sub to the channel. Make sure you follow me on IG. My handle is CTABANZ. Let's get into today's topic, y'all. So, the NBA season is starting pretty much in about 2 weeks from now. Obviously, we had a lot of movement this offseason in terms of big names coming into the sports realm. Michael Jordan. I can't wait to hear what Michael Jordan is going to say. I was trying to do some research this morning about that. I didn't really get much information about his return to NBC. Not return, going to NBC Sports. Can't wait to hear what that's going to be like. So the season is underway, and we're gearing up. But a major piece of news came down the tunnel this morning when I came across a headline here from Awful Announcing this morning stating the following: ESPN signs PK Subban to multi-year contract extension. And I was like, oh, really now? PK Subban. Now, as you guys know, PK really exploded on the scene last year and throughout this year when he had these explosive moments on Get Up and in First Take, where he was talking about Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, and LeBron James. They were talking about load management. There was a time when LeBron was making the comments about ring culture and all of that. And PK stunned a lot of us viewers here because somehow, some way, ESPN allowed a Kobe/Jordan guy to infiltrate the proceedings and go out there and start giving love to Kobe and Jordan. And he was saying something that you seldom hear on that network, which is a person saying that he has Kobe Bryant confidently and comfortably ahead of LeBron James all time. So what I want to do is I want to play some of the things that PK Subban said that I think actually led to him getting this multi-year extension, because the guy did an excellent job on television this year. Take a listen to what he had to say here.
This is very easy for me, and this is why I don't put him ahead of Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant for me. It's the approach to the game. And to me, in some ways, it can be insulting to look at it as chips don't matter, or why is it that other athletes aren't seen as other athletes? But the whole point of pro sports and team sports is to win, and is to win a championship. And that's your dream when it starts out, is to win. We don't want to change that. Like, there's no changing that. So when people talk about Kobe being here, and if he was here, he would say this, because the epitome of winning a championship is going through the grind. People want to see the grind. People want to see the struggle. And for LeBron, I'll always be a fan of his because he's an amazing athlete and an amazing basketball player. And he's going to go down as one of the greats. But to be an all-time great, to be the greatest, there's a certain way. How you win matters to me. Michael Jordan paying his dues, putting his time, not going somewhere else trying to win matters to me. Kobe Bryant doing the same. Larry Bird doing the same. Magic doing the same. Because I'm sorry, what we see in today's sports, our kids, as soon as there's a struggle, as soon as they don't get that success right away, they want to jump and go. I'm calling my agent. I need to go here. I need to go there. If you're the face of an organization, that team invested in you. At 18, they could have drafted anybody on the planet. They're investing in you to help them bring a championship to the city, right? It's bigger than just you. It's bigger than that. In our sport in hockey, there's a lot of guys who didn't make $1 million a year, that didn't make $8 million, $9 million, that had to go and find jobs after playing. But you want to know something? Those guys played banged up. They played hurt. They played injured. They fought. They gave everything they had to give. And that has allowed me to make the money that I made in the National Hockey League. That has allowed me to have a decent job after my career's over, because now we have a TV deal. So what I'm saying is, you cannot forget about, Matt, you know this. You play with superstars. You played against them, right? You see them. That is a small percentage of the sport, are the stars.
Yeah.
People forget about the rest of the league.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of other guys out there, and we have to think about it. The responsibility of the players is to push the game forward. If you are part of that greatness conversation, that's how I'm evaluating you. Are you moving the needle for the game, or are you just moving it for you? Because if you're moving it for you, we'll celebrate you as a great player. We'll say, hey, you're a great player, awesome, one of the all-time. But to put you in that category of a Michael Jordan, a Kobe Bryant, in my opinion, because I followed those guys. I didn't follow them just because of their rings. I followed them because of their mentality, their approach to the game.
Yeah.
That is, I celebrate that more than anything in sports. I don't care. I will take a guy that empties the tank on the ice and loses on a bad bounce or bad. I will celebrate him as a champion because that's what I want guys to follow. That is what sports is all about. There's got to be a winner and there's got to be a loser. It's not always the best team that wins. It's not always the best player that ends up hoisting the trophy. But ultimately, what I have to take from you is when I watch you for 82 games, do you give everything you have? Do you show up every night? Do you do right by your teammates? Do you do right by the game? Because ultimately, that is the best part of your legacy. That is what people will remember about you more than your championships and your rings.
Excellent. So you heard some of the things that he had to say. So let's get into what this article said in terms of the details of his contract. It says, in the 4 years since NHL returned to ESPN, PK Subban has emerged as one of the faces of the network's coverage and will remain the case for years to come, with the worldwide leader in sports announcing on Thursday that he has signed a three-time All-Star to a multi-year deal. Here's the image. It says ESPN has signed PK Subban to a new multi-year contract. It says the three-time NHL All-Star will continue to serve as an NHL studio analyst. Subban first joined ESPN following the conclusion of his 13-year playing career in 2022. The 36-year-old has since become a staple of the network's NHL studio show, The Point, and a regular on ESPN's other programming including Get Up, First Take, and The Pat McAfee Show. Continues on. Subban's status as a rising star at ESPN was especially evident earlier this year during the network's coverage of the Four Nations Face-Off event, which replaced the league's traditional All-Star Game format. While ESPN might not feature the NHL as prominently as the NFL, college football, or NBA, it's typically Subban who is on air when the Disney-owned company discusses the league during its non-hockey specific programming. So PK is going to be back. Okay, and PK is going to be back for a number of years. This is fantastic news. Let me tell you why PK made so many headlines with some of his basketball commentary. The reason he did was because usually the people we hear from ESPN are people that twerk it up all day long. I'll give you guys another example when someone made headlines. Michael Wilbon. Do you remember when Michael Wilbon went on Get Up and was basically saying, LeBron is not going to corner me and have him ahead of Kobe, ahead of Jordan. If you don't like that, kick rocks. Then he went on. These guys are making headlines because ESPN is dripping in honey. It's dripping. I mean, these guys just lathered themselves up. So whenever you have a guy that's a Jordan guy or a Kobe guy who's unapologetic about his support, it ruffles feathers. It makes headlines because you remember when they were first talking about Kobe and all the Stephen A. said Kobe shouldn't be in the conversation, and then Michael Wilbon came on and then he quickly changed. This is what makes that network have more balance, when they allow other voices with varying opinions to talk. But too much of what we've been seeing, especially when it comes to their basketball cover, it's just a bunch of twerking. Ones are flying everywhere in the air. Stephen A. just tossing them out like this, man. Bands, he the band man, the rubber band man. That's who Stephen A. Smith, just tossing here. You dance for me. You shake that for me. Shake this for me. Pour some honey on his back. Shake that for me. We're not talking about Kobe right now. Shake that for me. That's what was going on. So PK walked in the building and threw some sandpaper on these dudes. Like, yo, knock it off. Break it up. And a lot of us were happy to see him on the network. So I hope that we get to see him more on Get Up. I hope that we get to see him more on First Take. And frankly, he does a much better job talking basketball than even some of those NFL guys. Them NFL dudes on ESPN be twerking it up too. These dudes be twerking. I don't remember the guy's name, the one with the glasses. I don't remember his name, Swaggy, whatever his name is. He be twerking too. They all just up there lined up. You take one. Just jars. My God, it's good. We like that. We like this. Let's get some balance on that network and make the coverage interesting for once. Instead of just a bunch of twerking ass LeBron fans all over the network. Littered them all over TV. Even when they signed Shannon Sharp, he was another one. Just up there shaking. That's why when him and PK had that back and forth, PK like, nah, dogs, knock it off, dogs. Knock it off. I love it. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we'll catch you guys on the next show. Peace.